And now, back to the Silent Majority Speaks with New York State Assemblyman David DiPietro and Pastor Al Robinson.
Welcome back to the Silent Majority Speaks with Pastor Al Robinson. I'm Dave DiPietro. We still want to talk about this Muslim issue because it's taken over this country and it's ramping up. It's not very small. You better start waking up to the fact that the Muslims and the communists have created this synergy, which has just taken over the Democrat Party. It's right before your eyes.
That's
I hope
right.
you've been watching it.
That's right.
And we've got to talk about that because with the Muslims and the communists, we're in trouble here.
We are.
You got
This is a real
Miami,
problem.
the biggest city in the country, and now we're talking about financial institutions, people moving out of New York City more than they were. They were about 300,000 or so a year for the last 5 years, at least. Some are saying more, like 500,000. But now they're talking about even more mass migration out because people are scared.
Well, why would I want to live in a city? When we were kids, the New York City was filled with awe, especially during Christmas time.
Of
It was wonder and awe in every direction. Now, you can't even go on the subway without some person crawling around, peeing on themselves on the floor, twitching, acting like they're a human centipede.
You've got to sit on that.
Crazy.
You've got to sit on that subway with your back to the wall because otherwise you got somebody poke you in the neck with a knife and kill you.
Yes, and they say, well, Joey has mental issues. Joey has a mental problem. Ma'am Donnie wants to get rid of the police officers. I don't care what the guy's problem is. If he's got a knife trying to stick me, he needs to be beaten, bound, and taken to jail immediately.
And
right
never
away.
let out.
Yes, ever. I don't care what his sob story is. I don't care about what happened when he was a kid. All I know is that you're threatening my wife right now, and you want to poke her with a knife, and you have to be just neutralized. That's it. That's
right.
the end of it.
But every time that happens, if it's always someone who's a valedictorian of their class. He wouldn't hurt a fly. He's the greatest kid in the world. Valedictorian. And then you look at the mugshot. The guy's tattooed up all over the face like MS-13.
Yeah.
All right, this kid was no valedictorian. If the guy should be taking my garbage out on Tuesdays.
Exactly. If that, right? And another thing that I see that the media is doing, especially when it comes to these Muslims, they're switching their ethnicity. They're not saying they're Arabic. They're not saying that they're black. They're saying they're white males. But they'll show a person sitting there that you clearly know is not a white male. They changed the race because they can change the narrative. Ma'am Donnie and Hochul and James, these people are trying to craft a narrative to sucker New Yorkers into believing that, hey, this is social. They want to help hard families, that are hard on their luck, that want to give them a hand up instead of a hand out. But the truth is they want to bind you. They want to bind you with free stuff. They want to bind you, and then they're going to sneak in this backdoor stuff. Look at Dearborn. Look at Irvine. Look at Patterson, New Jersey.
Yes.
These are all
they're
hellscapes. I mean, where an American can't even what did that mayor say to that Christian in Dearborn?
Told him to get out. Get out. You're a Christian, get out. We don't want you.
We don't want you.
Yeah, and that's from a Muslim mayor. And if you see Dearborn now, they've got the call to prayer starting at 3:30 in the morning and ending at 11 o'clock at night. I mean, how would you like to listen to that? And thank goodness they're actually going to have a parade march against.
That's actually today, isn't it? Wasn't that march today against it? They're calling all Americans to get together and show American sovereignty in an American city on American soil.
What I don't understand, Al, is they want Sharia law. They want the Muslim Brotherhood. They want this is what they want. They want to be able to have 4 wives, be able to kill their wife, beat her, throw homosexuals off of buildings and kill them.
That's just terrible.
Okay. Then why did they leave their country where they had all that? Yeah. Why are they coming over to America, which they hate? Mom Donnie has said he hates the Constitution. He hates America. Then why did you come here from Uganda?
They were chanting death to America.
Yeah, death to America. Then get out.
Exactly.
Go home. Go somewhere else.
They want
here.
They want that free stuff. They want your tax dollars.
They want to subvert this country and take it over and
have us pay for it while they're doing it.
Make it the dirt hole that it came from.
These are cesspools, honestly. They're outhouses, and we don't want to live in an outhouse. We want to live the way that we're living right now. If you want to exercise your way of life then do it where you're at. Don't bring that nonsense here, because I'm going to tell you one thing. Americans are going to resist it. We're not going to let you just come into our house, do whatever, chant whatever nonsense you want to chant, and then look at us sideways. We're just not letting it happen.
Right. I don't want to have to. I go to their country. I'm a foreigner and I'm hated.
But we're so respectful. Well, we're there.
Exactly.
We're very respectful people.
They
They're not.
They don't like this country. Look, I want to live in a country where I can get up at 2 a.m, have a slice of Velveeta cheese with some whipped cream on it and a green olive,
and walk my dog.
That's right. I don't want to live under what they're proposing, because it's horrible. And what gets me going even more is the white women that voted for Mamdani.
That's an anomaly.
That have no clue what's going to happen to them when communism takes over. They have no clue. They think they're going to live the life of Riley in their fifth store apartment that's on Fifth Avenue. It's going to be gone, folks. It's going to be gone.
They don't realize.
Have no clue
In
what's
Ireland,
going to happen.
In Ireland, rapes went from 4,516, I believe, to 11,000. And you know who the number one victim is? White women.
Exactly.
They love them some.
Same with Germany.
Touching a white woman and with their banana peeling hands. You got to edit that out. These people are these. Make sure that doesn't hit. Okay, so, but the truth is that these people come to our country. They see our women. They know that these are American women, and they want to conquer them. There's something like a mountain to climb, and you're not doing any of this stuff with my daughters. My daughters aren't to be conquered.
Amen.
They're to be married, have my grandchildren, and live the American life. They're not going to make any sidetracks, no pathways off to the side. Well, these people are lurking and milling in darkness with their beady eyes waiting for a victim.
And the sad part is the Democrats, like in Albany, they go along with this because they're so scared that the far left is taken. You saw it last night.
Yeah, I did.
You saw it when they went after Schumer and they went after these moderate Democrats. They've taken over, and the Democrats, the moderate Democrats, the ones that are left, are just scared. Like Schumer was totally scared. That Schumer put his own self in front of the American people, his own political self. And that disgusts me, because this guy should not even. That's why they're calling for him to go, because he cannot handle the Democrats in his party anymore. And the far left smells blood in the water, and they're going to take over. And again,
like
the Democrat Party died last night. It's now the Communist Party. And Mamdani, which we talked about for months and said this was going to happen, and we were right. Mamdani is now the face in America of the Democrat Party.
Yeah, he makes it palatable, right? He makes it look like so convivial and jovial. He's smiling with all his teeth sticking out of his face, and he's got that euphoric smile everywhere he goes, and so that disarms people. That disarms Americans, and they honestly believe that he has their best interest at heart.
But the communists hate the Democrats. Look, they would dig up Lenin right now out of the tomb and put him on a defibrillator and get him in front of the public and make people vote for him. That they want full-blown communism.
Yeah, I'm seeing Hakeem Jeffries, Schumer. They're all in trouble.
They're all going down.
Yeah, they're all in trouble.
All in trouble.
They're in trouble. And what makes it worse is that they wanted to sustain hunger pangs in our children, in American children that needed food, right. American children that needed to be able to eat at school, the American children that need that. I mean, these are children that need, and they used it as leverage and then lied and say it was the Republicans did it. No, we're watching you vote against it.
Right.
And now on X, you could see some really proud people standing up. Well, I voted no. I wanted the kids to starve because now we don't have any leverage. I mean, what?
Are
you serious? It's ridiculous.
It's true. But it's all a bunch of lies out of the left. It's all a bunch of lies out of the media and the Democrats. They said that it's Republicans, but yet when the government opened up, then they all yelled at the Democrats. Why did you vote for that?
That's exactly what I saw. Hating on Schumer, hating on Hakeem. They're
lying about the whole thing. You Democrats stop this. We all know it. And if you don't believe that, you're a moron.
Yeah, or less.
You're a moron if you think the Republicans stop this. Yeah. Every Republican, and I've done it in the Assembly, I've voted over the years for numerous continuing resolutions, dozens and dozens of them, because the budget's always late. I've never voted against them that I can remember. This is what we've got.
This is just really crazy, guys. You know what? We want to thank you for being with us right now. We're gonna pay some bills right now. We're going to go to break. All right. We're going to keep it a
God
stone
bless
brew.
all.
Yes.